Welcome to Gallery Jungkook, a special place where every smile, glance, and precious moment of Jungkook will always live on with ARMY. Hello ARMY. Every time the names Taehyung and Jungkook are mentioned together, the world seems to pause for a moment. There is an invisible magnet that makes them appear as one soul in two bodies. The warmth they create feels so real that even those who only see it through a screen can feel it piercing into their hearts. The bond they've built over the years is not just ordinary friendship. It holds a depth that words could never fully capture. Only hearts that are truly sensitive can sense the subtle vibrations between them, an unspoken connection that feels like more than just togetherness. Yet, behind the sea of love and faith from Taehyung's fans, there are always voices trying to belittle it. Just fan service, they say. Just a wild illusion from overzealous fans. But don't we already know? Every true love is destined to be tested. And it is through those tests that truth is revealed, that genuine love can never be hidden, no matter how hard the world tries to deny it. Jungkook, in all his simplicity, seems to be the answer to every doubt that has ever existed. He doesn't need beautiful words to convince the world, because every move he makes, every glance of his eyes, speaks louder than 1,000 sentences. In his silence, he shatters theories claiming this is all an illusion. In his actions, he strengthens the faith of Taehyung's fans, that within their bond lies a love too real to be faked, too genuine to be hidden. Those who want to deny it might turn away from the big, obvious moments on stage. But what about the small, unplanned moments, the ones born naturally behind the scenes? Body language never lies. With Taehyung, Jungkook always shows a different side of himself, his gestures softer, his eyes deeper, his smiles more sincere. When Taehyung speaks, Jungkook listens in a special way, as if the entire world stops just to give space for that voice. And when Taehyung smiles, Jungkook's eyes are always the first to find it, because for him, that smile is the sun, shining only for him. This is no coincidence. The signs are far too clear to ignore. Taehyung once said that true love doesn't always reveal itself in grand gestures, but rather hides in the small details, and that is exactly where love finds its home. Jungkook has proven this time and time again. Remember the moment he instinctively shielded Taehyung from the crowd? He didn't care about cameras, or about who was watching. The only thing in his mind was making sure Taehyung was safe. Moments like that cannot be staged. They are pure instinct. The instinct of someone who truly cares, from a heart overflowing with love. Or think of the times they laughed together, unaware that the cameras were recording. There was a different sparkle in Jungkook's eyes. It wasn't the polite smile he shows for fans, nor a shallow laugh for the spotlight. It was the pure expression of joy, simply because he was beside the one he loves. And it is in moments like these that false theories begin to crumble, one by one. Because reality is always stronger than denial. Jungkook himself, through every look and every smile, has become undeniable proof that what they share is not an illusion, but something real and alive. What captivates most is how Jungkook unconsciously affirms what fans have long believed, that they are soulmates, two souls brought together by destiny. Each time Jungkook quietly chooses Taehyung, each time his gaze is filled with softness and love, that belief only grows stronger. Even in the smallest moments, it feels as though Jungkook is whispering, "You're not wrong. What you see is real." He may never speak it aloud, but love does not always need words. Love speaks through the heart, and the heart never lies. Fans often describe Taehyung as Jungkook's home, and in truth, that is exactly what it looks like. At Taehyung's side, Jungkook seems the most at peace, the freest to simply be himself. No walls, no masks, just Jungkook as he truly is, genuine and full of love beneath the world's brightest spotlight. Taehyung's heart is the safe place he always returns to, the place that calls him back, again and again. That is why, among all choices, Jungkook always chooses Taehyung, day after day, without hesitation. And as time goes on, it becomes impossible to deny this truth. Taehyung and Jungkook are not an illusion, not fanservice, not fiction. They are a living story, unfolding before our eyes. They are true love, growing stronger with every passing trial. Jungkook, through his simple yet meaningful actions, has silenced false theories and muted the voices that call their bond a fantasy. More than that, he has given fans the greatest gift of all, the certainty that the love they have always believed in is not a mirage, but a living reality. There was a moment during the Love Yourself concert that remains etched in many hearts. As Jungkook sang, his eyes naturally searched for, and eventually found, Taehyung at the edge of the stage. In that instant, his gaze softened in a way that could never be faked. To some it may have been just a fleeting glance, but to those who believe, that glance was the most beautiful proof that true love exists, and they had witnessed it with their own eyes. There was also a simple, unforgettable moment when a fan asked Jungkook which member was closest to him. He didn't respond with long sentences or complicated explanations. He simply smiled, said Taehyung's name with warmth, and continued as if it were the most natural thing in the world. Yet for fans, that brief answer felt like a gentle confession, because behind its simplicity lay an honesty so pure it could not be denied. And then there was the live stream where Jungkook sang songs that seemed to carry special meaning, as if dedicated to someone very dear to him. When he mentioned that a particular song reminded him of a moment with one of the members, fans didn't need to guess, they knew exactly who he meant. That small smile, that tender gaze, it always, unfailingly, led back to Taehyung. Airports have often been silent witnesses, where fans found the purest proof of their bond. There are no grand stages there, no choreography, no scripted fan service, only the two of them, just as they are. And in those simple settings, Jungkook often revealed his gentlest side. When Taehyung looked tired, he moved closer, his eyes filled with quiet concern, as if to say, "I'm here for you." Small gestures, shielding Taehyung from paparazzi flashes, or simply checking to make sure he was all right, became undeniable evidence of a love too deep to be faked. In one airport video, Jungkook instinctively blocked a camera that had gotten too close to Taehyung. That was not just a casual gesture, it was protective instinct, something that cannot be taught, something that only love can create. That simple moment spoke louder than 1,000 words. So how could anyone still call this an illusion? Again and again, Jungkook has shown that Taehyung is his priority. As the saying goes, true love is not seen when the whole world is watching, but when no one is. And that is exactly what happens with them. Those moments were never rehearsed, never planned, cameras only happened to capture them. Yet it is in those coincidences that the truth is revealed, exposing a love that is real, sincere, and undeniable. There is a clip that remains unforgettable. While everyone else was talking, Jungkook quietly looked at Taehyung. His gaze was long, deep, and full of meaning, something only the heart could understand. But as soon as the camera shifted toward him, Jungkook quickly looked down, as if to hide his feelings. Yet to fans, the secret was already far too clear. Jungkook's heart always returned to Taehyung, and little by little, all false theories of just fan service collapsed. Because with every action, Jungkook erased all doubt, leaving only one truth: his love is real. He never needed a loud declaration, never demanded an official statement. For true love speaks in silence, in small gestures, deep gazes, and smiles filled with unspoken meaning. And now, with all the proof laid bare before the world, only one question remains: how can anyone still call this an illusion? For years, many have tried to bury this truth, dismissing it as mere fan service, a fantasy born from over-imaginative fans. But truth always finds its way to the surface. Jungkook, with his simple yet profound ways, has never needed to shout, never needed a grand stage to show his feelings. He chose the subtler path, the more honest path, letting love speak in a language not everyone can understand, consistent care, spontaneous protection, and warmth too real to ever be faked. From natural moments at the airport to meaningful glances on stage, From the way he always gives space to Taehyung to the little smiles only they understand, everything fits together like pieces of a puzzle long doubted, now complete, clear, and undeniable. For fans, this is not just a victory, it is the recognition they have long awaited. A recognition not spoken in words, but revealed through sincerity. The world may overlook one or two moments, dismissing them as coincidences. But what about the countless patterns that repeat, across different times, different places, always the same? In the end, Jungkook always returns to Taehyung. Amid all the spotlight and swirling rumors, one truth has become clear: true love does not always need public acknowledgement. Sometimes, love only needs the courage to endure, steadfast, sincere, and unshaken, even when the whole world chooses to doubt it. Now, one by one, false theories fall, not because of heated debates online, but because reality has become too obvious to hide. Jungkook has offered proof that cannot be erased, cannot be denied, and most importantly, can never be forgotten. To every fan who ever doubted, to every soul who ever waited, and to every heart that always believed, it is time to stop searching for proof. Because the proof is no longer hidden, it is real, it is clear, and it stands right before our very eyes. Taekook is no longer just a theory. Taekook is a story still unfolding, a story born from togetherness, shaped by time, and strengthened by sincerity. And as true fans always say, if it is love, no matter how long it is hidden, it will always find a way to be seen. Thanks for watching.